As we begin 2026, the state of our city is strong and moving forward with momentum. Over the past year, your city government has been doing the hard, often unglamorous work of setting the stage for Joplin's future. Together, we've focused on progress that strengthens neighborhoods, supports families, grows our economy, and prepares our community for what comes next. From infrastructure to public safety, from parks to housing, from transit to economic development, the work accomplished in 2025 positions Joplin for another year of meaningful progress ahead. But none of this begins inside City Hall. It begins with you. It begins with community input, with residents defining the kind of city they want to live in, raise families in, and build a future in. The ideas and feedback shared during the city manager's listening tour in 2020 continue to shape our direction today. Your vision still defines the destination that city leadership is driving toward. Since 2020, your city council has remained focused on 6 clear priorities: crime and safety, economic opportunity, neighborhood improvement, beautification, addressing homelessness, and resilient revenue, so we can afford to maintain services and infrastructure over the long term. When challenges arise, and they always do, our goal is to make thoughtful, strategic decisions that benefit the entire community. Our city motto, Ad Omnia Parata, reminds us that together we are ready for anything. Turning vision into reality takes people, and Joplin is fortunate to have dedicated public servants across every city department. It's not just our most visible departments like public safety, parks, and public works, but the internal services, HR, finance, IT, which support staff across all departments, so we have the capacity and tools needed to focus on the more visible work. Implementing your vision for Joplin's future also costs dollars. Over the past few years, the city has aggressively pursued grant funding made available through the American Rescue Plan Act, the bipartisan infrastructure law, and other federal and state programs. In total, Joplin has been awarded nearly $57 million across 26 grants, including $13.8 million received directly through ARPA. By using voter-approved local tax dollars as matching funds, we've been able to multiply their impact, supporting nearly $100 million in community strengthening projects. That means our city staff has been busier than ever, delivering major capital projects while keeping essential day-to-day services running smoothly. Behind the scenes, more than 630 employees across 15 departments continue to maintain the systems we all rely on, from stormwater and wastewater to emergency response, fleet maintenance, public health services, municipal courts, and much more. Their work may not always be visible, but it matters every single day. Public transit is one example of that commitment. In early 2025, Sunshine Lamp Trolley returned to service. Thanks to extraordinary efforts from our transit team, from hiring and training drivers to restoring stops and schedules, staff worked tirelessly to bring fixed route service back to our community. By year's end, more than 23,000 passengers had ridden the trolley. Maps also provided nearly 40,000 rides and introduced an online option for scheduling rides and optimizing routes. We're helping residents reach medical appointments, jobs, and essential services not served by trolley routes. At the same time, the city launched a long-range regional transit planning effort funded by a $400,000 federal grant to better understand what an expanded public transit system could look like for Joplin and the surrounding region in the years ahead. At the Joplin Regional Airport, daily commercial flights to Chicago and Denver continue, while major runway and equipment improvements are underway. A new aircraft rescue and firefighting facility was completed to meet federal safety standards. Runway rehabilitation is ongoing, and millions of dollars in federal grants are modernizing air traffic control equipment and boarding bridges, all while keeping the city's local contribution minimal. Across Joplin, infrastructure investment has been visible almost everywhere. And yes, 2025 was truly the year of the traffic cone. Major improvements included the widening of 20th Street, improvements at 15th and Rangeline, continued work along Zora Street, and an aggressive street resurfacing program that completed nearly 2 years worth of work in a single construction season. Stormwater improvements remain a top priority. The city is advancing 9 major ARPA-funded projects totaling nearly $15 million to reduce flash flooding and address some of our most persistent problem areas. Several of these projects are already complete, while others are moving quickly toward construction. Meanwhile, major investments continue in the city's wastewater utility system, which treats nearly 15 million gallons per day, and a cost share with the Missouri American Water, leveraging ARPA grant dollars, is enabling us to accommodate future growth. As we invest in our streets and utilities, I also want to acknowledge a frustration many residents have raised about the restoration of pavement following utility work. While these projects are often completed by contractors working on behalf of our utility partners, the city is increasing oversight, clarifying restoration requirements, and holding all parties to higher standards to ensure our streets are returned to the quality our residents expect. All of this infrastructure work lays the foundation for economic opportunity, and despite uncertainty at the national level, Joplin's local economy continues to show positive signs. Joplin was named one of the 25 best affordable places to live in the United States by U.S. News and World Report. Our population continues to grow, reaching an estimated 53,600 residents, with our metro area projected to add thousands more people and jobs over the coming years. Unemployment has remained low, job postings are up, and in 2025 alone, the city issued over 2,200 business licenses, a strong indicator of entrepreneurial activity. Major investments are underway across Joplin, from manufacturing expansions and downtown renovations to new and growing campuses of higher education at KCU, MSSU, and Crowder College. High-speed internet expansion continues as well, with over $40 million in private investment bringing new fiber infrastructure to Joplin, hardened with city support to ensure connectivity even if disaster ever strikes again. One of the most promising developments for the future of our manufacturing sector is the expansion of the Crossroads Industrial Park. 330 acres of land have been annexed and are ready for the infrastructure connections necessary to attract new industry and job opportunities. Joplin is already seeing transformational projects like Prospect Village, cleaning up of a former Superfund site to create a destination for local athletics and sports tourism, surrounded by retail and affordable housing with incentives and funding now in place. Work can begin. And we look forward to this multi-use development, which will drive tourism and economic activity for decades to come. In 2025 alone, sports tourism generated over $10 million in local spending, and that impact is poised to grow significantly. One of our proudest moments of the year was cutting the ribbon at Momentum Bike Park. This 95-acre, one-of-a-kind facility brings together miles of trails, bike park features, and spaces designed for riders of every age and skill level, from children learning to ride to elite athletes pushing their limits. It's the largest bike park of its kind in Missouri and already considered a best-in-class facility. And it represents exactly the kind of investment that strengthens quality of life while also drawing visitors to Joplin. Momentum Bike Park is already more than the hub of the local cycling community. It's a place where families explore together, where athletes train, and where Joplin shows what it can do when vision meets follow-through. Quality of life matters, and beautification remains a priority. Trail expansions like Tin Cup now connect more of our park system, with a new connection plan to Grand Falls, helping integrate one of the region's most iconic natural features into the everyday experiences of our parks. Streetscaping is also coming to Midtown. Parks across the city are seeing lighting, security, and amenity upgrades. And Ewart Park is being transformed into an all-season destination for families while preserving and elevating its history and significance to the Easttown community. Neighborhood improvement remains central to our work. Through expanded neighborhood services, improved data tools, and targeted ARPA investments, the city is addressing vacant and dangerous properties, supporting home ownership, funding home rehabilitation, reducing lead hazards, and supporting historic preservation efforts. The long vacant Old Freeman Hospital was carefully demolished, protecting neighbors from safety concerns and clearing the way for the new housing for seniors and veterans. These investments are about stability, dignity, and opportunity, helping residents remain rooted in the neighborhoods they love, while opening the door for new development that serves future generations. One historic preservation effort worth noting is the ongoing conversation around Memorial Hall. For generations, this building has stood as a meaningful landmark in Joplin's story. A dedicated group of community members, the Friends of Memorial Hall, have volunteered countless hours to explore a last-ditch effort to save the structure and preserve its legacy. The city continues to carefully explore this possibility, understanding that many steps remain and that the path forward is complex. Our role is to ensure the community has a thoughtful opportunity to consider whether Memorial Hall can be preserved rather than lost. We're encouraged by the passion surrounding this effort and look forward to seeing where the conversation leads in 2026 and beyond. Another one of our priorities requires a willingness to see a complex set of problems and choose action rather than apathy. Addressing homelessness requires compassion, collaboration, and realism. The city has invested in coordinated solutions, including a homeless response director, a police co-responder unit, support for housing initiatives, and enforcement tools that balance public safety with care for the vulnerable. There is no single solution, but we are committed to doing our part. Alongside nonprofits, faith organizations, healthcare providers, and community partners, public safety remains foundational. Council recently affirmed that our top priority as a municipal government must be reducing crime and increasing safety. In 2025, Joplin Police responded to nearly 80,000 calls for service, while fire responded to almost 10,000 calls, the highest numbers in department history. Investments in training, equipment, accreditation, and regional communication systems are strengthening emergency response and improving coordination across agencies. At the same time, we face real challenges in hiring, retention, and aging facilities, challenges that require long-term planning and sustainable funding, which brings us to resilient revenue. Joplin's $213 million 2025 budget included many one-time grant-funded investments into capital projects, but our core services rely on stable, recurring revenue. About 2/3 of the general fund spending supports public safety operations. Thanks to voter-approved initiatives for dedicated funding mechanisms, including the use tax, parks and stormwater sales tax, and capital improvement sales tax, the city has been able to invest wisely while maintaining transparency and fiscal responsibility. Looking ahead, City Council may ask voters whether to continue an expiring public safety sales tax, not as a tax increase, but as an opportunity to reinvest in first responders and critical services. As always, that decision will rest with the people of Joplin. So as we look to 2026, the stage is set. Together, we are building reliable infrastructure. Together, we are providing high-quality public services. Together, we are strengthening neighborhoods. Together, we are growing opportunities. Together, we're preparing Joplin for future generations. This progress is not the work of local government alone. It belongs to our residents, our businesses, our nonprofits, and all of our community partners. Let's continue working together and set the stage for the next act of Joplin's story.